Hi guys, it's Laura and welcome back to my channel. And as you could have seen from the intro, we are having a pretty cool plan with me, so please keep on watching because it's gonna get really crazy. What I mean by crazy is that I chose a very specific kind of topic, and the topic for my plan with me is Marie from Aristocats. For those of you who don't know who that is, it's a cute cat character from a cartoon that Disney made, and it's called Aristocats. Now, the reason why I chose this theme specifically is because lately I've been really obsessed with Disney, and maybe the better term is re-obsessed, because of course as a little kid I was really into Disney movies and into characters, and I don't know, lately I'm seeing this trend where Disney movies and cartoons and their characters are kind of getting back, and it's really popular with like clothing and with makeup brands, so I decided to really jump on this trend as well. As you can see, I have this eyeshadow, I also have a lip gloss. It's from Makeup Revolution, by the way, if you just want to know and shop the same thing. But yeah, I'm so obsessed with Marie. I generally love cats, but Marie is such a beautiful and sweet but also sassy kind of character, which I can relate to. So yeah, that's why I chose this theme. It's not for everyone, I know that, but I just really love it. Now that that's settled, let's really get into what I'm doing here. So basically for my cover page, I decided to draw Marie with my Pigma microns, and then I colored her. You will see that this was seriously trial and error, because I was coloring it with, I was painting it with one color, and then I didn't like it, and then I switched to another one, and then I switched to this and that, and November title was not good for me. So you will definitely see the whole process of what I was doing and how I was fixing it, so that at the end I really got the result I wanted. I'm also using my new Faber-Castell, or how they're pronounced, I don't know, brush pens, and I have to tell you, they're amazing. They're very close to Tombow ones, but they're much cheaper. And yeah, you can basically see me mixing the first color, which in the end I didn't like because it was too bright and too vibrant. But as I said, I still wanted to leave this so that you would see that planning and making a theme is really a big process, and sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it the way you don't want to, but then again, you can always make it better again. On the other side, I put my quote page, and I also made those little cute stickers of Marie, and I designed them myself in Procreate. I also designed like a sticky note that you can see in the background, and I will also use all of those stuff that I designed in my spreads. This theme really took me a lot to make, I have to admit, but then again the result is pretty cute, it's pretty vintage, which I'm really drawn to, and also the weeklies turned out pretty good as well. And usually I have this thing where I am not exactly satisfied with my weeklies, but here that was not the case. Anyways, let's get back to what I'm doing here. So I cut some lace, and that was actually a wrong idea again for me, because later I realized that I was having this mental note where I would put a washi tape here and not like a lace sticker. And then I ripped it off basically and replaced it with a washi tape, and then the lace was behind. As you can see, I even sketched out saying lace on the other side, so that was kind of my mistake. And throughout the video you will see that I made a lot of changes. I was very clumsy or something during those spreads. I guess I was just stressed out that I have to make everything perfect, and then I didn't make anything perfect, but at the end I reshaped everything so that it was the way I wanted it to be. I didn't know whether I wanted a quote that represents me personally from Pinterest or something, or whether I want Aristocats quote, and then in the end I decided to go for Aristocats quote that Marie said, and she said, "Because I'm a lady, that's why." And that was really interesting for me because, I don't know, I just love being a lady as well. I love being a woman. I just feel good in my skin, and I really feel kind of proud that I am a woman, and everything that I can experience as one I feel grateful for. But I guess that is a deeper kind of topic and definitely not for this Plan With Me video. But if you would want me to kind of explain that more and talk a bit more about that, then please let me know in the comments. I found these stickers that I was having from some type of local store. I mean, they are pretty cute, but I don't exactly know how I would use this color palette. So what I did here was, from every single pack, I only took this one sticker that I needed, and that was great for my color palette because I have all the pinks here. And I believe that these flowers added a nice touch, and especially with the circle Marie sticker that I also made and printed out for myself. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the another mistake that I made and tried to fix it, and then everything was really bad. So I tried to fix this November font that I didn't like with some type of washi tape kind of sample that I also created for myself, and then I didn't like that either because it was still showing, and then I ripped that off, but luckily nothing happened, so I'm saving that for later. And then, as I said, I also didn't like the color, so that I repainted the color as well. And now this luckily is the final thing. I added some type of paper that was actually from this notebook. I recycled it, and that is a very good trick because that covered my mistake. And then I just put November stamp here, and that was really beautiful. But then again, E was on the wrong side, but I didn't mind it. I left it as it was. And after the transformation was complete, I continued with cover page, and I added this cool, I don't know how I would call this exactly, some type of string, I guess. And then I made it to be a little bow because a bow is what represents Marie. And then I just taped it with a clear tape so that it wouldn't go away. This gave my whole cover page some type of scrapbook element, and I'm really into that lately, so I really like this. And now here you can really witness what I did differently. So I ripped off this kind of lace element that I had, and I replaced it with a washi tape. And I really love how washi tape is really such a gorgeous color that goes well with the general color of the spreads. So I think that was a really good idea that I changed it. And here also I'm using this opportunity to mention that this November spread 2022 is actually 1 year of me making YouTube videos and of me making spreads. So basically November was the first month that I started really planning out themes, but also posting on YouTube. And I think I had this kind of coffee theme, and I really liked it actually. But I feel like now I actually improved with filming and with how much time it takes me to film. So if you want, you can check out that video, I will link it. But yeah, this is kind of an anniversary. This is kind of bullet journal anniversary for me and YouTube. So I don't know, I just felt the need to mention it because it's really emotional to me, really sweet. And I don't know, let's just hope for a lot more years to come. Back to the spreads. Now we have my playlist page and my calendar page, and I also printed out this adorable kind of sticker of Marie, and I'm using some type of paper material with it. And I also really tried to match all of the colors so that it would be cohesive and pretty. And you tell me, but I definitely think that I did a good job. I played around with different washi tapes and how they would look together, and I was having a lot of fun with this theme. And I also used a lot of Instagram inspiration, of course not stealing or anything, just inspiration, so that my spreads would look as aesthetic as possible. I had some kind of sticker that said Versailles Rose, and I thought it would be appropriated since Aristocats are actually based in Paris, so that was a very good idea and a strategy to use it. Here I am just putting some random washi tapes here so that would look cohesive, and I'm adding my sticker that I can also use like some type of notepad. And again, here where it says notes and it's highlighted with purple, I recreated that too, and with the playlist part as well. I didn't like the purple here because I just didn't think it would be a right color scheme for me in this theme. Yes, it looks okay, but I really didn't want any other colors than pink and beige here. I also used flower stamps, and I think that added some type of magical effect, and I really loved how it filled the place and the empty parts here. Also, for the calendar, I wanted to make it smaller because on the other page I actually have something that is new for me, but I felt the need to make it a bit different so that it would respond to my needs of planning a lot better. And when it comes to drawing lines, I really didn't want to bother you with looking the way I draw them, because I noticed in my YouTube studio that a lot of you are actually skipping here. So I paid a lot of attention to that, and I really wanted to make it as interesting as possible. This page, I imagined it to be some type of to-do page, and what I decided to make is basically weekly to-do page, because if I made daily to-dos, that would be a lot more pages, and I just want to be economical for now. Or maybe for the daily pages I can use my iPad. But since now I am at college and I have a lot of obligations, but I also want to post on YouTube and Instagram, I decided it would be a really good idea to create this type of page in my journal so that I can put all of the stuff I want to do in this one page and then get back into it and see what I did, what I didn't do. So maybe I can transfer stuff I didn't do to another week. And I think that this is going to be a very good and practical page. As the footage of me trying to open up a washi tape and failing is playing in the background, I really wanted to let you know that guess what? On top of all of the mistakes that I made, I managed to make another one, and that was the big one, but luckily I noticed it very soon so that no harm was done. And the mistake that I did is when I was starting my week 1, I skipped a whole page, and then what would happen if I didn't notice would be that I would have week 1, but on the page that was supposed to be week 2. I don't know whether you can really visualize that right now, but when I'm going to be doing a flip through, I will show you the page that is empty. And as I said, it's good that it's empty because otherwise I would make a fail. And then when the weeklies would start, first you would see week 2 basically, and then you would see week 1. So as I said, I noticed that mistake, and then now I filmed me making week 2 spread and not week 1. So definitely check in with my Instagram if you want to see how I made the first week. Here I had a blank space, not the kind of blank space that Taylor Swift has, but I had a blank space that I used to write my title for this whole spread, and I basically just wrote to do, and I added another Marie sticker, and that was basically it for this spread. And I have to admit, this one, from all of it, even with the cover page, this one is my favorite. Now, speaking of Taylor, I really wanted to let you know that I'm a huge Swiftie. I really know all of her songs, and I support her more than I support myself sometimes. And I listen to Midnights all the way through every single day, not every hour because, you know, I have to sleep and take a shower and stuff, but I listen to Midnights every single time I get the opportunity to. And even with making those spreads right now, I was listening to Midnights. And I just wanted to let you know that this is what's happening in my life. So every time I'm doing my spreads, I'm basically listening to Midnights, and it's such a good album. This video is definitely on the longer side of my videos, and I hope this one is interesting for you to watch and interesting for you to listen to. I really hope that you can find some inspiration from my spreads, and I really hope that my rambling is not boring for you. I'm trying to share as much as possible, and sometimes I'm switching from one topic to another, but I'm still getting into YouTube and into speaking and talking, especially in a different language, since English is not my first language. So yeah, I just hope that you can really bring something for you from this video that is going to be useful or inspirational, or that is going to really encourage you to start bullet journaling, to maybe start making themes, to find your own style and stuff like that. That is my mission, and if you're happy, then I am happy too. So as I mentioned, this is now week 2. Ignore that there is no week 1, but it is definitely going to be week 1 in my journal, and I will post it on my Instagram, so you can always tune there and see what I made. But for now, let's explain our week 2. What I decided to do here was a bit different, and I decided to put the washi tape so that it would look like some type of frame, and then inside the frame there would be my days. And of course the clumsiness continues because my camera was out of focus here. I am so sorry about that. I didn't even notice that it was out of focus. But I guess this is the effect that this theme or something is having on me, because I made a lot of mistakes by now. I also added a flower, exactly rose, kind of stamp here because I felt like I have this extra space and it would be really interesting to use my stamps. They're definitely my favorite ones, and I colored the flower with my brush pens. And the week 2 was basically done. I just added some lettering stamps and that was it. Now it's time for the final flip through, and thank you so much for watching. It means the world for me, and I will continue with listening to Midnights as well as making new videos, so we will see each other then. Bye guys!